Soul Fantasy Show, Soul Fan Show. This is Soul Fantasy Show live for May 30th, 2020. Going over the top picks, plays, and studs for DraftKings and Fanduel. If you already haven't, please subscribe to this channel. We're going to have updates on Twitter pretty soon when the real seasons are here. So we'll have constant updates. Sooner or later, we'll have Discord chat. So if you subscribe, you'll get instant access to all this when we reach our goals. Okay, right on top, this is the Madden slate. There's 6 games today starting at 12 p.m. all the way to 10 p.m. Eastern time. And right away, another day to play DeAndre Hopkins. 24 is what I think he's going to get. 24 fantasy points. He's projected 19. I think he's going to reach out of that. It says he's playing New Orleans. All right. So I don't know about that, but it looks like he has an easy matchup. Julio Jones is pretty good too. 39, 7. That's what he can do. Sometimes he puts them 9s and 7 up, and then sometimes he just gets 41. So he's a big shot to get 20 to 40 fantasy points. He has a tough matchup against Minnesota. Very tough matchup for his position at wide receiver, and Minnesota in general is tough defensively. All right, Christian McCaffrey, 7.5. He has a chance to get. Doesn't have a chance. He has a huge chance to get 30 to 45 fantasy points. Yeah, he could get 50 fantasy points, and he's cheaper than Hopkins, so I'm on him. Here's some of the scores for Tyreek Hill. I usually don't play him. Okay, 16 fantasy points. He has a tough matchup against Jacksonville. Number 1 defense here, Jacksonville, for his position, for wide receiver, and number 4 overall. It's tough. Everybody likes to play Adams. Chicago's the number 1 D, so it's going to be tough. This is another Green Bay Chicago matchup. They've been going at a lot lately. All right, so we got a crown at Emmanuel Sanders. All right. So, at this moment he's on the Saints, but for this matchup he's not going to be playing on the Saints, as you know how this works. So you also have Michael Thomas and Taquan Smith. Taquan Smith, here's some 5 touchdowns, 234 yards. You can get 15 fantasy points for you. And he's only 3,900. So I like him a lot. I do. Taquan Smith. I like Emmanuel Sanders. And I always like Michael Thomas. Every game. I love Michael Thomas. I always play Michael Thomas when I can, if I can afford him. I can't always afford him. 1,725 receiving yards. Doesn't get a lot of, he gets almost a lot of touchdowns. Only 1 fumble. He never fumbles. He gets the targets and the receptions and the yards. And once in a while, he'll get a touchdown and destroy stuff. Look at that. 34, 33, 33, 10, 29, 28, 30, 31, 25, 44. 44, man. Imagine you roster Michael Thomas and he gets 44 for you. You'll be happier than a pig rolling around in shit. There's Edelman, Barkley, Jones, and more who are options for you. I don't know about them. George Kittle, the top tight end. He's the sole tight end of the day. George Kittle, 16 fantasy points. Easy matchup for him. All right, nothing under him to go to. 6.6 on DraftKings and 7,300 on Fanduel. Okay. He ended the season poorly, but right before that stretch, he had 16, 18, 29, 18, and everybody rostered him then, and they benefited from it. You'll benefit today. He's going to get a good amount of fantasy points today. 16 to 23 fantasy points. I'm projecting Kittle to get 16. See, here we go. To 23. I don't think he's going to hit that 29 there. He has a 29% chance, though, to get 16 to 24, like I said. And that's most likely where the bullseye is going to hit. It does say 35% from 0 to 8, because he has let people down before. That's just the way football is. Sometimes they don't get targeted and there's a different game plan. But this is video games. And he's going to get 16 to 24 fantasy points. Guaranteed. It's the SOUL guarantee of the day. So fade out Larry Fitzgerald, Josh Jacobs, and John Brown. Now your second choice at tight end is obviously Kelsey. He has a 47% chance to get 8 to 16 fantasy points. He has a big chance. He's getting that. He's getting 16 plus probably 16 to 21 fantasy points. He has a tough matchup. Like I said, Jacksonville's D is tough. So they're going to contain some of the players, but it's saying go with these guys. Go with them. Go with them. Damian Williams. Go with them. All right, let's look at the team. Where did we have the team? All right, let's go to the defense. Real quick, I want to look at the Chiefs' defense. All right, after I show you these other 4 crowns, we're going to go over the Chiefs today. I wouldn't play James White. He's very disappointed. Damian Williams, play him. 34, 27, 18. Yeah, he's getting you that. Drake, yes, play Drake. 14, 7, 10, or 43. He'll get you a 10 or he's going to get you a 40. One or the other. They think he's going to get you a 40. It's a tough matchup. Tough. I don't care. I'm playing him. I don't care about that matchup. Hooper, 15, 29, 14, 25. Man, he has no shot at getting over 32 fantasy points, but he has a huge chance to get 16 to 31 fantasy points. Yes, for 5-4, I'm going Hooper. All right, here's some of these guys. I'll show you real quick. You can play them if you want. I'm not wild about them. All right. So then we got Calvin Ridley. 18, 17, 22. He's the lock. Calvin Ridley is the sole wide receiver lock of the game, of the slate. And now you can also go Sammy Watkins, 10, 13, 10, 5, 9, 10. I'll show you this real quick. Okay, so here's some guys you can play. All right, if you want. Definitely the guys with crowns usually pop up to have good games. Even David Johnson. David Johnson's only 3-4. Definitely play David Johnson. He's the sole sleeper of the game. And here's some other guys down here you might like. Burkhead, Duke Johnson, he's okay. Hunter Renfrow. 10 fantasy points projected. If you want 10 fantasy points and you want to pay $3,000 for him, put Hunter Renfrow in. All right. And there's more and more and more guys. Okay, so somebody who you might not want to play is Melvin Gordon, who could be a disappointment. You might want to fade him out. You might want to fade Golden Tate out, who could be disappointing. Slayton. I'm not crazy about Slayton. No, I'm not. All right, let's go over the Chiefs. Let's see what's going on with the Chiefs. Are they even on here? No. Can't get to the Chiefs. Why is it not? I guess the Chiefs aren't playing today. I saw a lot of Chiefs, though. All right. Let's see these games. So we got Kansas City. For some reason, I can't get Mahomes to come up here. I'm sorry about that. There's no Mahomes. Oh, Dan Arnold. Look at that. Little sneaky pick, Dan Arnold. You could throw him in there, 2,500. Look at that, 4K on FanDuel. He's a little sleeper. Dan Arnold. If you don't know what to do with yourself, play Dan Arnold. Okay, David Johnson, Kirk, Watkins, Drake, Damian Williams, Kelsey, Mahomes. Obviously, play fucking Mahomes. I don't know why he's not on here. I'm very sorry about that. He'll be on here eventually when they figure it out. Very sorry about that. I apologize. All right. I'll just go over these real quick to see if there's any more crowns that pop up. See, they got Rodgers on there and Matt Ryan. You could play either one of them. Hooper, Ridley. That's it. So you got to play Hooper and Ridley in this matchup. The Atlanta, Green Bay. Oakland, San Francisco. You got Garoppolo. He's 10-8, 17 projected fantasy points. Emmanuel Sanders, Kittle, Debo. We talked about them. And Hunter Renfrow. Mosert's only 3K. I'd probably stay away from him. The Raiders D is good. I wouldn't play the 49ers D. And I wouldn't play Jalen Hurd. He's only $667, but he's going to get no fantasy points. I like Jalen Hurd. If I knew who he was, I might like him. Maybe. All right, so as usual, that's one of your main good, not main. He's a quarterback option. Deshaun Watson. You can play him. You're going to get 20 fantasy points. All right. Yes, you are. Texans D. Fade them out. Fade the Texans D out. So New England, LAC. Tom Brady, still in New England. So when we get these plain slates, we can get the teams the guys are on. So obviously Brady has a crown today. He's very expensive because he's producing every single game on here. For some reason, somebody likes Tom Brady that programs Madden. So I would just go with him. I would spend up for Brady. Today, the Patriots D is not really that great, nor is the Chargers. But if you're going to play one of them, you're obviously going to play the Patriots. They're playing a shit offense. Won't play Melvin Gordon. A lot of people are going to play him and get 5 fantasy points, all right? All right. So we said, all right, New York, Buffalo, Josh Allen, and Daniel Jones. You could go with them. If I'm going to go with one of them, I'm probably going to go with Josh Allen. He has a very high chance to get 16 and 24 fantasy points. Much higher than Daniel Jones. So you're going with Josh Allen. Go with the Bills D. You go with, I would not go to the Giants D in this situation. I would go with the Bills D. Let's go over some lineups real quick. All right. Here's the Giants one. I'm going to tell you real quick. All right. Go over these real quick. And we'll... All right. Giants, Buffalo, Oakland, San Francisco. All right. So then we have Atlanta, Green Bay there for you. All right. And we're going to have New England, LAC for you. All right, here we go. All right, now here's the classic. So this is the main slate. All right, there you got Watson. Tom Brady. And here are the 3 gamers. the late slate if you want to play that. Just 3 games. Sorry, let me try to get some lineups in here. There we go. There's one. It's a Soul Fan Show. Soul Fan Show.